Hello, everybody. This is Gerald Salenti, and it's Thursday, September 5th, 2024. And here are some of today's trends in the news. And remember, the trend is your friend. And we're the only ones giving you trends that no one else is. Of course, you could turn into the Cartoon News Network, and let's see what they have. Let's see what the headlines are. How about who's Liz Cheney going to vote for? This is the big fucking story. Liz Cheney says she is voting for Harris for president. Who gives a fuck? And fucking Liz Cheney, some loser? Oh, my daddy was Penis Cheney. Oh, no, I got to be proper. Oh, people get pissed off when they don't like they don't like proper language in a situation where it's proper language. I shouldn't call him Dick Cheney. How about Penis Cheney? A fucking little warmongering prick. May he rot in hell. Oh, who gives a fuck that she's not voting, who she's voting for? Don't subscribe to the Trends Journal. You get your information from CNN. Oh, remember the story about the rich guy's yacht that went down? It's back in the news. All right? Yep. Italy luxury yacht. Everything where it is. Died of dry drowning. Who gives a fuck? But to get the real economic data that you need so that you can see the current events forming future trends, you should pay $5 a day, and on the weekend edition, $6 for the Wall Street Journal. This is the major cover story of today's Wall Street Journal. Contenders step out of the shadows of U.S. Open. Who gives a fuck? I need economic data, and that's what we're giving you. We're giving you, and nobody else in the world is giving you. Well, look, you see gold prices today? Where they go up? $21? And what's one of your top trends? Oh, a golden year for gold? And how much is gold up since we made that forecast? Oh, only about $500. Let's see, it closed at 2,516. And how about oil prices? They're in the toilet. They're down like $8. They're like $72 a barrel for Brent crude. Why? Because the economy is going down. Crypto taking a bit of a hit. It's down to 56,000, but we still say it's in a strong position right now. And again, we look at crypto as a gambling game, and we don't give financial advice. The motto of the Trends Journal is think for yourself. We tell you we give you our analysis and our forecasts of the current events forming future trends. But gold is a golden year for gold, and it ain't going to stop. We don't see it happening. As a matter of fact, there was an article that came out by Kitco. Even as gold prices set new all-time high, net purchases by central banks more than doubled to 37 tons in July. You know why? They know how bad everything is. And what the mainstream media is giving you nothing more than stupid, that was bullshit. Total fucking bullshit to sell their shit. Don't forget, be a good boy and girl, swallow their shit. So the Dow fell 200 points. S&P posts third straight loss as growth fears plague investors. That's according to the language of CNBC. Growth fears plague investors. Fucking gamblers. What the fuck are you talking about? 3 companies own, 88% of the S&P 500. BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. So the Dow dipped, S&P dipped, NASDAQ just gained a little bit. And what happened was that the numbers came out. Private payrolls showed the weakest growth since 2021. Oh, the weakest growth since 2021? You mean at the height of the COVID war, when they were scaring the shit out of everybody and forcing businesses to close down, and you're saying that that's what payroll data shows? Again, we warned you about we're going into dragflation, declining economy, and rising inflation. Inflation is going to go up as they lower interest rates. This isn't rocket science. And it's also important to understand, the lower interest rates go, the lower the dollar falls, and the higher gold prices go. Simple as that. Survey shows contraction in U.S. manufacturing. U.S. manufacturing contracted in August. The Institute for Supply Management survey on Tuesday also showed manufacturers continue to pay higher prices for inputs last month. Oh, higher prices, inflation, dragflation. Here, the numbers. The ISM said its manufacturing PMI was at 47.2. That's the lowest reading since November. So a reading below 50 is contraction. The numbers are there, but they're not reporting this stuff. And they barely do when they do. U.S. job vacancies slide to lowest level since 2021. There were 7.7 million job vacancies in July, according to the Labor Department's Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey. That was down from 7.9 million in June, and the lowest since January 2021. All right? The height of the COVID war. August private payrolls rose by 99,000, the smallest gain since 2021. And then according to Challenger Gray and Christmas, job openings in July touched their lowest point again since January 2021. That's the height of the COVID war when everything's locked down. But barely not reported at all it's in the mainstream media. You got to go to some of the business news reporting it, but hardly anything there. Oil, copper fall as Goldman warns of weakening demand in China. Dr. Copper, you got to look at copper prices because copper is used in everything from high tech to heavy industry. And again, warning about weakening demand in China. Every week we've been doing reports on China's economy in the Trends Journal. And now an article just came out today on Financial Times. Investment bank cuts China's growth forecast. No shit. And we're only talking about a country of 1.4 billion people. America, 332 million. What does Europe have? Another about 400 million. We're talking a country of 1.4 billion. So the implications of this are wide and deep. So the Bank of Canada cut its rate for the third straight time. The last time the Bank of Canada cut interest rates in 3 consecutive decisions was 2009. Oh, the Great Recession. Yeah. This is serious what's going on. And again, interest rates are going to go down, the dollar's going to go down, and gold prices are going to go up. Turkish growth at its weakest since pandemic. Not pandemic, since scumbag motherfuckers, and you got to be equal, fatherfuckers, little scumbag pieces of shit politicians lock down everything. So stop calling it a fucking pandemic. It was called a pandemic by the World Health Organization. Health Organization. WHO, RE. When 4,219 people died on March 11th, that's when they called it, 2020, when 4,219 people died out of 8 billion. More fucking people fell down the stairs and broke their neck. But they call it a pandemic, and this is how they rewrite history. Anyway, Turkish government. I'm mentioning this because it's showing you the problems, again, on the global economy. But hey, did you hear about those people that died in that yacht? And who's Penis Cheney's daughter going to vote for? Oh, and the Olympics, whatever they fucking play, tennis, whatever. The Olympics are over. The other thing, the tennis game. You ready? Hong Kong property deals slump. Yep. As market boosting measures wear off. Real estate deals comprising new and lived-in homes, office units, car parking slots, shops, and industrial spaces fell 10% month to month and declined by 33% from 6 months ago. You're not reading that in the Wall Street Journal. This is from Politico. Came out a couple of days ago. Ticking time bomb, plunging office values alarm Washington. Again, this is the fucking bullshit. The pandemic caused a seismic shift in work patterns, says Mike Carey, Republican from Ohio. No, not the pandemic caused a seismic shift in work patterns. Scumbag politicians like you caused it. So they go on with the data over here. And let's see. Some 98% of banks engage in commercial real estate lending, according to the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. With those loans making up the largest loan portfolio type for nearly half the banks. But they don't say about all the failures that are going to start coming. And this is important. Commercial real estate lending declined 47% last year. Yep. About 70% of bank-held commercial real estate mortgages sit on the balance sheet of regional and smaller bank lenders. So you got the numbers here, and they are bad. And you're looking at a vacancy rate, that's about 27%. Again, politicians. Hey, politicians, who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? And the people swallow their shit. Don't forget to vote. Yeah, there's the back of the shirt. And you could go to Trends Journal, and you go to the shop, and you can get, they all come in all different kinds of sizes, shapes, hoodies. You got it. They're all there. Yep. U.S. bank profits overcome drag by credit card and office loans. This is Bloomberg. That's the way they downplay it. The number of so-called problem banks increased by 3 firms to 66 problem banks. The numbers are much higher than that. Remember, 3 banks went bust. Silicon Valley Bank in 2023, Signature and First Republic. The markets almost crashed, and gold prices spiked. Again, we're the only ones there. We gave you the office building bust, and we gave you the banks go bust. We're the only ones talking about it and giving you the data that no one else is providing. Here. This is how they bullshit it. A once hot sector falls on hard times. A glut of space for life sciences leads developers to weigh offering it as offices. Since the first quarter of 2020, more than 59 million square feet of new space, and he goes on, this is about Boston. In the Boston area, the vacancy rate is 27.7%. Buried. Vacant. How are the business building owners going to pay their loans, which are interest rate loans? And they're due. And they're advancing them, by the way. They're trying to cover it up, saying you don't have to pay right now, you could pay later. It ain't coming back. It'll come back. Here, Volvo backtracks on all electric vehicle lineup. Yeah, no shit. What's one of your top trends this year? EVs go FU. This is nice. Workers' share of worldwide wealth falls further. Yeah, this is Financial Times. Again, the same language. Workers' share of spoils of economic output have not recovered from a sharp drop after the COVID-19 pandemic. Not pandemic. Again, this is how they're rewriting history. But again, nothing more than plantation workers of Slavelandia. Housing affordability concerns reach record high. All right? But don't worry, Blackstone to acquire Australian data center for $16.1 billion. Blackstone and billion-dollar deal for Europe's logistic portfolio. Charles Bank acquires digital agency. Chelsea FC buys Natix's credit unit. Fine. Bigs keep getting bigger. And the plantation workers of Slaveland, whose money they steal for wars and to give them tax breaks and to give them money to build buildings and to lower their taxes so they could buy back their stocks like Trump did. Yeah. Anyway. And then on to the Ukraine war, the Israel war. Netanyahu derailed a potential Gaza hostage deal in July, Israeli newspaper reports. Yep. The data's all there. The Israeli documents are in full. He killed the deal. And this is after week, month after month, we've been writing about the bullshit spewing out of Blinken and Biden's mouth that the ceasefire deal is close. And every time it didn't happen, they blamed Hamas. And now the Israeli newspaper, I don't know, Yedioth, Ahronoth, cites documents it obtained. The facts are all there. Yep. Hamas at the time said that Netanyahu, quote, had returned to the strategy of procrastination, evasion, and avoiding reaching an agreement by setting new conditions and demands. And the new conditions and demands are that they want to steal more land. We've been warning that when the students come back to school, there's going to be more protests at colleges, so watch that for happen too. Israel raids for seventh day in occupied West Bank. This is buried in the toilet paper record. And this is the language that they use. The Israeli military said the operation in the northern West Bank aimed to crack down on increasingly powerful Palestinian militants in the area. Okay. Let's get this straight. You're illegally, according to the Geneva Convention in Article 242 of the United Nations, in the West Bank, and you're stealing their fucking land. So if some cocksucker comes in here into my building and tries to take it over, and I blow his fucking brains out, I'm a militant. Oh, yeah. I'm a militant? Oh, yeah. God gave us this building. Don't you do it? It's in the good book, chapter 6, section 8. This is how. Subscribe to the toilet paper record. It's only $4 a day. Swallow their shit. They go on and on and on, calling the people, or Israeli officials have described the raids as necessary to combat rising Palestinian militants as they're stealing their fucking land, bulldozing. They're more afraid of bulldozers than tanks. And when you fight back, they call you militants, just like the scumbags called the people in Iraq and Afghanistan terrorists and militants that were fighting the Americans when they invaded. So don't subscribe to the Trends Journal for $2.56 a week. Subscribe and get your shit. Swallow their shit. We're giving you what nobody else in the world is giving you. Nobody. And the more subscribers we have, the more we can do. Not in terms of giving you information. Can't give you any more. We're getting over 200 pages a week. But the more subscribers we have, the more people we wake up. And the more people we wake up, the closer we get to having peace and freedom on earth. And again, don't forget our peace rally. It's coming up soon. September 28th. Go to OccupyPeace.com, OccupyPeace.com, and thank you all. People are donating. Not a lot, but we're getting money. And again, if the billionaires donated, we have peace tomorrow. But they're just pieces of fucking shit. Oh, they know, though. They don't. They're smart, though. I'm stupid. All the billions that they got, some 100 billion, well over 100 billion, they're going to build big fucking caskets and take all that dough with them. So I'm really stupid. They're much smarter than me. Here, this is from Al Jazeera. Israel war on Gaza live. Hamas says pressure Netanyahu to agree on ceasefire. They said that Netanyahu is thwarting a ceasefire deal by refusing to withdraw forces from Gaza's, Philadelphia corridor. Israelis continued to bomb Gaza, killing 18 Palestinians in the latest attack. And going back, 4,000 residents in the Gaza have been forced to leave their homes at gunpoint. Yep. Keeps going on. This is how front page of the toilet paper record. Every day we've been repeating, we report it in the Trends Journal, the weekly slaughtering of Palestinians. This is the front page of the toilet paper record. Russia's missiles leave 50 dead at cadet venue. Front page story. Nothing about dead Palestinians. Nothing. Nothing on the front page. Nothing. And they buried a story in the back with a little bit of bullshit. Yeah. This is, look at it, look at this. This is the toilet paper. Look at this, look at this. Scared young minds in Ukraine paint a vision of war. Yep. Yep. Again, the same day of that front page article of Russia killing these guys, they don't have all the Palestinian kids being slaughtered. The numbers coming from Lancet are they going to be like 125, 45,000 Palestinians are being killed because of what's going to happen. Their homes are being destroyed. Nothing. So that's why you subscribe to the Trends Journal. We're giving you what nobody else says. And there's this article that came out on Study today. Regularly using mobile phones linked to heart disease risk. I don't have a cell phone. I don't carry a cell phone. I have one. The guy got to get stuff, they need to send, but I don't even know how to use it. My staff does it for me. I got an old flip phone, and I made maybe, I'm not exaggerating, this is what, 9th month of the year? Maybe about 10 calls. These things are deadly for the mind and body. Smartphones? Smartphones. They're stupid phones. Everybody walks down the fucking street like this. They don't even look at you anymore. Kids are addicted to them. As I said, they got it wrong in the King James Bible. They said the meek shall inherit the earth. The geeks have inherited the earth. Look at them. Look at them. Anyway, that's what we got. And things are going to get a lot worse if we don't change it. So it's up to you. And the way to do it is get in the best shape you can, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, because you're in the fight for your life. See you soon. Thanks for tuning in.